had a very, very interesting week with US30. If you were paying attention to the higher time frame, you were probably on the right side more than on the wrong side of the trade. The higher time frame helps you to understand the turning points in which US30 encounters, and it also helps you understand where you need to be trading, right? If you're not implementing the higher time frame into your strategy, you're probably going to be very, very lost. So what I'm doing is showing you my higher time frame analysis that was marked up pretty much since last week. We always get in and look for areas that price would probably be drawn to, like a magnet. And from there, we figure out the right time and the right place to execute, right? So if you were watching my YouTube shorts, you see that I sold during the week. Some trades were retracement trades, some trades were manipulation trades into the real move. I did not showcase both moves, but I did, for the most part, understand, where US30 was going, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear this chart and I'm going to take you guys back to the beginning of the week and show you guys what we were looking for as far as buying and where the big move happened, which was the sell, right? Which started yesterday, and where we were targeting and where you could have took your TP and how many points you could have captured. So as the week starts off, you want to go ahead and mark your previous week's high, your previous week's low. The purpose of marking these areas is so that you have a better understanding on which direction price may want to travel into. As you can see, the previous week's low was already taken out in this area, so I'll just go ahead and do that. And I'm looking for areas that the market is probably drawn to. I see here that we broke another high. We kind of retested a little bit, but it's very interesting when price leaves behind fair value gaps or imbalance. Very interesting. You want to pay attention to those areas, and not too much on the higher time frame, but this is pretty much what you should have had marked out. You want to be very alert as to what's going on. So if you guys have been watching my videos weeks ago, maybe even a month or two ago, I was looking for US30 to make some type of direction into discount. So we finally got that pullback. And here's what the daily time frame looks like. Of course, you want to mark your previous day's high and previous day's low. I'll leave this as is, but it was something that stuck out to me on the 4-hour time frame, and I felt as though US30 was going to climb up some more before dropping down. And this was an area that stuck out to me, this being my order block right here. And let's put on the session days of the week so that we're very clear on where we are. And here's the previous week. Here's Friday. And let's go to that 1-hour time frame. Okay, so as we go into Monday, here's Monday, we are bullish on US30. We're looking for US30 to continue up. And on this 1-hour time frame, I was able to narrow down on a particular area way up here, just a little bit higher than the 4-hour OB. And the beginning of the week gave us a very bullish US30. But you have to know the turning points in which US30 is going to make some type of reaction so that you're on the right side. What you didn't want to do is continue to buy. Once US30 reached this particular area, I'm going to go ahead and make this red. And so Monday, we had a bullish US30. Any selling opportunities, obviously, were a pullback to continue up. So I know people who caught the pullback as a short-term sell. There was a small supply zone that was created here on Monday, and then US30 continued up shortly after that. Okay, so US30 finally reaches this point here. This is the people who are selling in this area are people who are looking for US30 to go down, maybe into this OB. It gets really tricky when you try to force price to go where you want it to go. Then you find yourself trading the opposite direction. So if you were trying to sell down to this OB, it does not have to go into a bullish OB to continue higher. If it wants to go higher, to go lower, right? So we don't have to force setups, right? Pay attention to what price is showing you and try to avoid the retracements, especially if you're not willing to get out at the nearest low. or the nearest high. And so here we get to Wednesday. US30 finally tops that higher time frame area in which we have been waiting for the sell. So that's Wednesday. We get the first drop down on Wednesday. So we make our way up to the area, and then we get a drop down. I think we went back up to the area again before going down again, if I'm not mistaken. So we go into Thursday. Here's Thursday. Price goes up just a little bit right in here. I'm not sure if we go back up again. I don't quite remember. Oh yeah. So we went and created this high. Price takes out the high. It starts to go down. This is Thursday. Price starts to make its way down on Thursday. We have like a 1 hour bullish OB. I think a lot of people got caught up in that 1 hour bullish OB. We got a little bit of reaction from it right here, and I think that's where a lot of people kind of got tricked out of their trades. So between Wednesday coming into this area, this is where you wanted to catch the sell. Price comes down, we get a retest on Thursday. This is another entry right in here. There's another entry for you to catch the sell right here on Thursday. And of course, guys, as we go into Friday, we do not expect US30 to be bullish because we have that higher time frame area, which is down here. I believe that's a weekly bullish OB. And here's today. Price continues down into that weekly bullish OB, and this is where we end US30. So higher time frame, very, very important, guys. If you are not implementing the higher time frame into your strategy, you are probably very lost in price action. And so another thing that I want to say is, even if you're going to scalp on the smaller time frame, being aware of where price is traveling to is major key. The higher time frame is going to give you that. So we had NFP today as well. And let's go into that 8:30 trade. Today I did not catch NFP. I am sick and I was asleep for NFP, but I did catch that 9:30 trade. Price came into this area way up here. There wasn't like an OB or anything. There was simply a little bit of supply. Excuse me. Price comes up into this area for NFP. It goes down into the imbalance, right? As price starts to climb up from this area, of course, people are looking to be bullish. And what it does is ahead of 9:30, the opening, is it comes and it actually sweeps the NFP sellers, right? The top. If you got in in this area for NFP and your stop loss was up here, then you were safe. Excuse me. If you got in here for NFP and your stop loss was up here, then you were safe. Price comes up, retests, kind of takes out this high, travels back down, gives an entry, another entry this morning right here. And this is where you could have taken it down all the way to that weekly bullish OB. Lots of points from the start of the sell. From the start of the sell on Wednesday down to the weekly OB, we gathered about 1,700 points. So guys, what I'm gonna do now is request my withdrawal for the week, and I'll show you guys. I'm really excited. Full-time trading does not mean full-time work. All you have to do is get in, grab your opportunity, be satisfied with your winnings, and exit price. That's the only thing that you have to do. You don't have to catch the entire move. I do like to go back in time. I am taking these trades as I'm showing you guys. I am taking these trades. Lots of them. I trade every single day, but I don't spend a lot of time in the market. I spend maybe 1 hour with my markup, maybe adjusting my markup, and then I spend maybe 1 hour seeing my trade through or waiting for my opportunity. And after that, I'm completely finished with the market. I'm not getting back in and looking for another opportunity. I'm not upset if price runs off to a particular area. I'm simply satisfied with my earnings because they do add up at the end of the week. So here's my payout. And if you guys are not trading with Hinko Trade, if you click this link in my description and you make a deposit, they will match your deposit by 200%. Really nice. It gives you more leverage for placing your trades. Go ahead and take advantage while the offer still stands. And if you're not watching my YouTube shorts, I am taking a lot of these trades every single day. It's a nice way to kind of drop in and see what I'm doing. Some people are taking the same trades, so it's really nice to see that. And thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time.